Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to episode 13 of the Weekly Wob.
Maybe 12, maybe 13. I don't know.
It's definitely 13. It's
All right,
definitely
all right.
13.
Gotcha.
So welcome back to episode 13, but Jake's back from vacation.
You know what? You're right. It is episode 13 because I was going for 11, 12 because we did 10 together.
Yes.
Math.
Jake's back from vacation.
Bet I'm here. So.
Jake, so how was your 2-week vacation to New York?
It was actually 10 days, so you're wrong.
You were gone for 2 weeks.
Chill now. It was all right though. Just like chill by the lake for 2 weeks with the family. Pretty nice. A lot of kayaking. My little brother likes to fish a lot, and he was like, catching fish every day. And he was like, "Dad, you gotta pay me $1 every time I catch a fish." He made like $10 from catching fish.
Did you get any good catches?
No, they're all just like little fish, but they catch off the dock. But yeah.
Tisk tisk.
And apparently, as tradition, like we didn't know it was gonna be a thing, but now it just happens all the time. He caught a dead fish with his hands because he just doesn't care and like picks up dead stuff with his hands, and I'm like, bro, it's kind of gross, but alright.
Ew.
It happens. So,
Ew.
like when we were in Virginia a couple years ago, there was a catfish that was dead, just floating, and he picks it up. He's like, "Yo, look at this catfish!" And then, in New York, there was like a little sunny, like one of the little fish just floating around by the dock, and he was just like, "Yo," and then he picked it up, and I was like, "No."
Dude, your brother be wild.
He's wild, but it's all right. It's all right. And then, other than that, we didn't do much, obviously, because you can't really go anywhere.
We love COVID.
Yeah, like we did go to the state park one day, but it's big and outdoors, and everybody's spread out. It's hiking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too bad. Saw some stuff. There was a cemetery there for some reason. I don't know.
Did you go visit it?
Yeah, we did.
Pay your respects to the person?
My brother wanted to go through. I said his name, but he didn't hear it, so get clapped on.
That's fair. But
yeah.
What did he think of the 2 episodes while you were away?
Oh, they were good. The episode with Brendan was pretty solid. I liked all the conversation that happened there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one with James was literally just you guys plugging stuff for an hour.
Shameless plugs. The literal name of the episode.
That's really all it was, you guys. It sucked. No, I'm kidding. It was fine. It was fine.
That's so mean.
Now that I'm here, Travis, the podcast is mine again. So, sorry.
Dude, I'll fight you. 1v1 me and Madden 21. I'll clap you.
No, you won't.
But, yeah, Madden 21.
Oh, yeah,
kind of fire.
I mean, they got like a world record, like 0.4 out of 10.
I thought it was out of 100.
It might be out of 100. I'm not sure. It's either out of 10. But either way, it's really, really low.
Mm-hmm. But like, I understand why it's so low, because like the only new thing to it was the yard. So, and for like competitive people, they don't really play that. So kind of like they paid $60 for a roster update. Jake, do you say something?
Stuff first for a second now.
Technical difficulties. Woohoo.
Okay, I hope we're good now.
But I just much
like for years though.
Mm-hmm. So it's been the exact same since like Madden 17.
Probably even before that, like Madden 16 and 15.
When people say that NFL 05 was better than Madden 21.
It happened.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Apparently, there's a glitch that for face of the franchise, no matter what you do, you're going to get drafted to the Bears unless you like choose what team to get drafted to.
Oh, is that a thing? Like for sure. Oh,
Mhm.
that's
Which
pretty
is
cool.
ridiculous. Like a
Man,
multi-million dollar company. You think that when they release the game, it would at least be right, you know?
yeah,
Like
imagine being a Bears fan, dude. They don't exist.
they don't.
Um,
But
yeah.
yeah. Welcome back to the podcast, Jake. I missed it having you here.
Yeah, same. I miss
Yeah,
being.
same. So, Jake, as of the time of recording this, school starts tomorrow, but by the time this is posted, school started yesterday.
Correct.
We don't know if you guys can see this, but our guest was just on his camera, just like cheering.
Where's he going? Yeah,
But
we can zoom in, but we're talking about school real quick.
yeah, we'll probably end up talking more about school with him. But for now, Jake, why is school opening?
Oh, I don't know.
Same.
I don't have an answer to that, dude.
Dude, like,
I mean, yeah.
why?
I mean, I've said already, but I'm not going in. I'm staying fully remote. But I'm really curious to see how it is, because Trav, you're going in tomorrow
Yeah.
for the first day.
There was a meme that I saw on Instagram where a dude in class had his mask on
Right,
and he
right.
like put a piece of food in there, brought his mask out and let it go, and then the food went right into his mouth. Like, shame on that kid for taking his mask off in school, but it was pretty hilarious seeing that.
I mean, yeah.
But I
I
don't know,
suppose
like,
that's how you gotta eat, though. Or, like, I guess during lunch, y'all pull your mask down, or I don't know.
dude, I'm not eating lunch. Like,
Fair enough.
I
Fair
usually
enough.
bring like a water bottle to school, and I'll bring like an Uncrustable for lunch. But dude, I ain't bringing no water. I'm not eating lunch. Like, my mask
Yeah,
is not coming off at all when I'm in that building.
yeah.
And honestly, I might not even take my mask off on the walk home.
I mean, I suppose it's better not to touch your face, yeah, till you get
Hmm.
home and wash your hands and stuff.
And when I get home, I'm literally gonna get like right in the shower and wash my clothes.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense, dude. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, that's
But and
that's society trying to get things back to normal for you. But
mhm. The thing is, like, I don't even know like how like filled the school is gonna be because I feel like it's either gonna be like filled or completely empty. You know?
it depends how many people are in your group. I mean, I don't know how many
Mm-hmm.
people have a last name like A to C, A to
D.
C, or A to D. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's D. But like I just don't know how many people are actually gonna be there because if it's like jam packed with people, I'm gonna be like, uh, get the heck away from me.
Like, if there's a lot of people, can you just like be like, not coming back? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just remote from here. Yeah.
Like I don't know how I do, but I know that there's a way that if like I go, I can opt out of going there and just be fully remote.
You know, like I bet a bunch of people are gonna do that too.
Uh huh.
Like they're gonna see what being in school is like, and they'd be like, "Oh God, this is terrible," and you know, join the remote gang. Oh
Remote gang, 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 gang. Well, I'm playing with my fidget spinner.
my God, you have a fidget spinner, dude.
I found it underneath the couch the other day, and I've just been messing with it for like the longest time.
Yeah, I remember in like eighth grade getting in trouble for pulling out a fidget spinner, and like
Yeah.
this dude pulled out like $50 fidget spinner he bought online.
Dude, why did so many people spend so much money on fidget spinners?
Cause they were cool, dude.
Like, do you remember that one Sunday video where him and his wife spent like $1,000 on fidget spinners?
Well, when you're a YouTuber, I suppose it's a little different. Y'all got a lot of money to spend, but when you're in like middle school and you're like, I'm gonna buy this $50 Batman fidget spinner and flex it on people.
Like,
my
Who would
God, it's
spend
making the noise when it spins. That's crazy.
who would spend $1,000 on something that does this?
YouTubers, influencers,
We're influencers. Are we gonna spend $1,000 on fidget spinners now, Jake?
Yeah.
Nice.
My entire bank account is gonna go towards fidget spinners and TikTok. Yeah.
Dude, I was talking with we were having dinner the other day, and Kendall was like, 7,000 more followers, and I'm gonna start making money off of TikTok. I'm like, dude.
How many does she have on there now?
Like 3,000.
How, dude?
Because I will tell you exactly why. Because she follows a bunch of random people, get them to follow her back, and then she unfollows them.
Oh, that's some people do on Instagram too. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
bro, how does she got more clout than us?
because she's freaking spends like 17 hours a day on that thing.
That's really like a whole job, dude.
This is a whole job, dude.
Yeah, but we're not getting 3,000 followers. We have like 12.
Hey, we have 29 subscribers, Jake.
And how many people actually watch it, Travis? 12. I don't know.
Dude, we've had like 20 to 30 viewers the past couple episodes. Except for last episode.
It is interesting to see that we get like, oh, my hat messed up. But we get more views than we do have subscribers. So there's just people not subscribed.
Episode 1 has like 60 something views now.
So YouTuber moment, but subscribe, please. Cause
hit the like button.
And
get us that clout. Share us to your friends so that the whole world can see us, so we can drop out of school, not have to deal with this corona crap anymore, and just do this for a living.
That's the plan.
You have no idea how many times in like the past week that me and Jake have just said that we're going to drop out and do this for a living.
I'm going to like get a GED and then just do this. Yeah.
Whack.
Well, should we get started with the guest?
We should. So our special guest this week is Thomas William Ross.
Yeah, there you go.
That is me.
What's up, boss?
What's up, guys? How you been?
We've been pretty good. How about you?
I've been pretty good, I must admit. I cannot complain.
Can you complain about your name being Jacob Bailey?
No, I can't complain about that. I don't remember why I made it that. My name is Tommy Ross. My Yahoo email is Jacob Bailey. I can't remember why. I guess I thought it was funny at some point. And it is kind of funny, so.
Yeah.
When Tommy joined the meet, Jake got a notification. It was like, Jacob Bailey would like to join the chat. And he was like, who's this? And I was like, it's probably Tommy.
Yeah, that was me. I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of why I called it that. I think maybe it was to comment on like my friends' YouTube channels anonymously at one point. And I think I just never changed it back.
You had to keep the anonymity. Wait, hold up. Anonymity? Anonymity?
Anonymity, I believe.
Anonymity, I'm pretty sure.
That's a hard word to say.
That is a difficult one.
It's like that thing from Nemo, like an anemone. Anemone. Well, Tommy, welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime, boss. And now we're going to do the random word segment where, I have the trusty random word generator, and we're just going to make conversation out of the word that we get from it. And the word that we get this week is disability.
Oh, God.
That's not a great word.
Tough one to tackle, Travis. Jesus Christ.
Should we get a new word? There's nothing good that could come out of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to, unless you want this to become like, I don't know, like the new woke podcast, I guess. I don't know what we would say about that.
We'll hit him with a new word.
All right,
Okay.
let's get a new one.
Okay. Investment. Invest in the Weekly Wab.
Investment. Okay. See,
All
investment.
right.
That's not so bad.
It's not.
Money stuff.
We love money. Subscribe
Yeah.
to us so we can make money.
Yeah, actually, today though, I was listening to another podcast because I can, and it was like a skateboarding podcast, and they had this dude Mikey Taylor on, and like he still skates, but he doesn't do it as much. He's more into the business side of it now, and he's just talking about like taxes and investment and stuff for like a solid 45 minutes. I'm like, I don't understand this, but cool. And he was just like, you gotta invest in yourself because then you make money when you blow up. And I was like,
Yo.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Good content for a skateboarding podcast.
Indeed.
Jake, we gotta put down some money towards us.
Like if we invest in our own podcast and then in like a year, if it gets bigger, we could take that investment and it like I don't know. We
That's
make
actually like
more
a good idea. Just
It's
imagine
pretty
if like the owner of McDonald's, like the whole industry, like when it was just small, he's like, I'm gonna like invest all my money in this. And now look at him now.
yeah.
Freaking
Billionaire.
billionaire, however much he makes.
He might be dead also, but he
Probably.
was.
Most likely.
It's probably dead by now. McDonald's is pretty old,
But he was
Dude.
a billionaire.
Ronald McDonald isn't dead.
No, he's not dead. I saw him the other
I've seen
day.
him on commercial. Don't you know that Ronald McDonald's is like the owner of McDonald's?
Oh yeah, I forgot
same
about
thing
that.
with like the KFC dude, Colonel
Colonel
Sanders.
Sanders.
He's living forever.
Yeah, he'd be popping up in commercials as new
I mean,
guys,
you see
low
him all the
key.
time now. He's like in Super Bowl commercials and stuff still.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that they've actually had like multiple Colonel Sanders? Like, the old actor. Ugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you-
have like
you-
100
you look
of them,
like
I'm
him.
pretty sure. Like, I feel like I've seen at least like 15 in my lifetime. Like,
That's
every
gotta
couple
be
years you just see a new
because
guy.
they don't want
in
to be
there.
Colonel Sanders.
Hey, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Louisiana fan.
Dude. Honestly, KFC be good.
KFC is good. I actually had it for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I still haven't
Yeah,
had KFC. to be
I
honest.
just, it was never like, it's kind of like where I always go to get my fast food. It's a little bit farther down the road. So
Mhm.
I just never gone that far. And I don't know, Taco Bell always sufficed for me. So
Taco Bell's pretty fire.
it is pretty fire. I agree with that statement.
I usually go Wendy's or like
Wendy's is also, well, Wendy's is hit or miss. They got some really good stuff.
Yeah.
They got some questionable items,
they do have some questionable stuff, dude.
but
Or-
Wendy's can be really good.
Yeah.
I usually go for Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is pretty fire too. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is fire. It's incredibly expensive though.
Yeah, they're real expensive, and they don't like gay people, so
That is factual.
that's kind of sucks.
What do I
Yeah.
just learned the other day?
So,
Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays because of religious reasons.
yeah,
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Oh,
I only learned that
they're
like 3 days
they
ago.
are. They're hardcore over there at the
Yeah, dude.
Chick-fil-A.
And just like how like a week ago I learned that Phineas and Ferb were stepbrothers and not actual brothers.
got him.
How did you learn that a week ago? Were you
I
like
would-
rewatching it?
Like obviously the new movie came out. I haven't watched it yet, but that just got me like watching just like a bunch of dumb videos about it on YouTube videos. It was like, yeah, Phineas and Ferb were stepbrothers. I'm like, excuse me?
I mean, if you think about it, mom and dad are not gonna make some Dorito-faced kid because neither of them are a triangle.
And that's why Heinz Doofenshmirtz is Phineas's dad.
Boom.
Wow. Is
Because you
he?
think it's a theory. Because he has the triangle face, and in one of Doofenshmirtz. That's a hard name to say, but in one of his flashbacks, he went on a date with Linda.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy though.
That is pretty interesting. Because you see Ferb's dad, he has the F. He still has the F.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That is
Phineas.
That is interesting.
Bro, how'd this start from investment?
Just invest in Phineas and Ferb.
Invest in Cartoon Network because they're good.
Invest in TheWeeklyWab.
Yes.
Now, the shows on Cartoon Network are not as good as they used to be.
They were incredibly fire back in the day.
But now all they do is play repeats of Teen Titans Go all day.
It's
the original Teen Titans series is incredible, bro.
It's awesome.
I hate how it ended though.
Yeah. The ending was disappointing.
Yeah.
But I rewatched about half of it at the beginning of quarantine, and it is really it still holds up. Watching it as a 17-year-old, I still enjoyed it, I must say.
Where do you watch it on?
It's on HBO. My parents dropped cable, but now we subscribe to every single streaming service. So I don't know how it's low key not just as expensive, but cable was incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't pay the bills. I couldn't tell you, but it's on HBO, so it's very fire.
Honestly, I think we might have HBO. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, that's how I was. My sister was like, "Have you watched this on HBO?" And I was like, "I didn't even know we had that. Thanks for telling me."
Yeah, I don't know if I have HBO or not. But honestly, if we do, I'm gonna give it a watch.
Yeah, for sure.
It is fun.
But dude, the ending was just so they should have ended it after that whole Trigon storyline, but
yeah,
they ended it on a Terra episode.
Terra is my favorite character, though. I have to be honest, 100% honest. Terra is so fire.
Can't argue with that.
You really can't.
Yeah,
but and it was such a sad ending though, with Terra just being like, "Yeah, I want nothing to do with you," and then just what she turned stone or something, right?
Yeah, she got turned into stone, but then in the end she showed up again, but then he went back and she was still made of stone. I didn't really. The ending was disappointing. It was also incredibly confusing.
Yeah.
Was Beast Boy just seeing things or what? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It was weird.
How about the movie Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go? Have you guys seen that?
No.
I have not been keeping up. The last Teen Titans movie I saw was the Tokyo one.
That was such a good one.
Yeah.
Was it good?
No, it was completely terrible. Oh. I hated it.
That's funny.
I just watched it to see the regular Teen Titans again.
Yeah.
But are you guys gonna watch it? Or
you could spoil it if you want.
Because there's this special orb thing, and then Robin from Teen Titans goes "Yeah, I'm gonna keep this," and then the regular Robin's like, "No, I don't trust you with that," and just stole it from him and just yeeted it out of there.
Oh my god!
Because they were the whole storyline was they were getting Teen Titans from separate universes to battle against each other to see which one was the best team, and somehow it managed being those Teen Titans versus Go.
Yeah.
And then they ended up teaming up against Raven's inner demon or something like that.
Wow.
Pretty much Raven from Teen Titans Go ate all the other Ravens.
Oh my god.
Got him.
It was a crazy movie.
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad. But I guess it was.
It was. Well,
I don't know.
We got that conversation of investments.
That was interesting.
That was pretty nice.
Okay. So, Tommy, now we got some questions lined up for you.
Oh, you prepared these questions?
Yeah, we've had them prepared for weeks.
I guess, can we tell that story about the how long this has taken?
Yeah, so
How many weeks ago was that, Trav?
I don't know. It
Oh
was
my god, it might have been July. Like, no,
was
no,
like-
no. It might have been July, actually.
it was when we had the whole band episode.
It was either late July or early August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But-
so
No, it's probably late July because I don't think I was 17 yet. I don't think
yeah,
my birthday
it was way
happened yet.
long ago. Like,
So,
I thought
July.
Travis might have given up hope on me, but go
Wait,
ahead,
hold. I
Travis.
can look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If it's over 5 weeks ago, then it's definitely July.
It was episode 6.
Wow.
Yo, wait, what? Dude, this is episode 13.
No,
Yeah,
actually,
definitely episode
it
6.
was July because you texted me that while I was on vacation.
Yeah.
And I went on vacation and I was talking to my uncle and he said, "Oh, we have this Mac for you." So it was like my cousin's old Mac, and I was like, "Oh, that's rad!" Like once I get the Mac, I can do the
Yeah.
podcast. And then it was just a difficult task acquiring the Mac because then they went on a 2-week vacation after that, and it was just
Mm-hmm. But
a whole
pretty much,
mess.
we asked Tommy to be on an episode, and then he urgently said yes. And then, like 2 hours before we were recording, he texted me and was like, "Sorry, boss, I'm actually pretty tired, and my Chromebook's broke, so I can't."
Yeah.
And we were at band practice, and me and Jake were like, Kyle and Matt, you guys want to be on an episode?" And then they told a 45-minute story.
Wow. Are you
Maryland.
serious?
That
That's
episode was
crazy.
2 hours long, and it was a 45-minute story with so many unnecessary details. They were arguing about what car they drove to go on vacation. Like, who cares what car it was?
It happens.
And they
Hey,
went
that's
through.
Colin and Matt for you. What can I say?
They went through every single detail
Yeah.
of that vacation.
Entire kayaking trip where they got
Oh
lost.
man.
When they originally started saying that story, I was like, okay, they're just gonna tell the kayaking part. But no, they told everything. And then, like, halfway through it, I was like, oh my god, you guys almost died. What? And then Connor's like, no, don't rush the story. And I was like, dude, the podcast is supposed to be over right now.
I was falling asleep during that story.
Oh my god. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, you can get back to the questions. Sorry, I just
Okay, but
thought that was funny.
yeah. So you're in a band.
I
Right.
am in a band, Padre
called-
Oaks.
Heck
Check
yeah.
us out on Instagram and YouTube at PARDEOAKS.
Wait,
Wait, you spelled that wrong.
All right.
You said Padre.
PADREOAKS, bro. Sorry.
Hard Day Oaks.
Padre Oaks.
Go
Padre
follow
Oaks.
UV Sound too.
Give
UV
us a
Sound's pretty
follow
fire.
and give the UV Sound a follow.
Also on
And
Instagram.
check both of us out on YouTube and Instagram.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll all play together.
Actually, kind of
Well,
sick.
I was, I think I actually brought that up to Matt at work one time, and then we immediately went into quarantine.
That would be sick though. Just like,
We'll be really sick.
what would that be? 2 drummers, 3 or 4 guitars, and 2 bass players.
Yeah, I meant like we could play together, like 2 different sets, but we could also all play as one band.
All
if you
play
want.
together. That would be
Played
sick.
One huge song.
It would be cool if we did like one song together. Like that would.
It would
That
be.
would be cool. Maybe 13 Stitches. That would be fire because we both
That
all,
would be
or we all know
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yo.
sorry, back to your question.
Yes.
I'll
So,
be derailing this podcast a little bit.
oh, dude, who cares? So, how did Padre Oaks form?
Oh, all right. So February of last year, 2 years ago now, my sophomore year of high school. Ethan DM'd me via Instagram, and he was like, "Yo." So I was in this band. We didn't really. I think we had like 2 rehearsals, and we never had a full band rehearsal. It was always like 3 of the members there. But me and Seth were always thinking about starting a band, and then it never really got anywhere. And Ethan DM'd me and he said, "Yo, can I like? Do you have a band? You got an open spot in your band?" And I was like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I don't really have a band, but like I'll join yours. And he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a drummer. And do you know a bassist?" And at this point, Colin was like, I knew Colin, but Colin was kind of just starting out on bass because it would have been his first year of drumline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the UV sound was an idea that I had heard kicking around, that Matt and Colin kind of had. But so I was like, not really. Like, I know Colin, but he kind of just started. And I know Seth, but, you know. And Ethan was like, oh, yeah, he's jammed with Seth before. So, but I was like, Seth actually plays drums, and I could play bass, at least until we find another bassist. So I was supposed to play guitar. I was a guitarist until that moment. I was like, oh, I'll just play bass until we find one. And Seth's a pretty good drummer. So we jammed, and it was like we prepared like a couple songs. I think we played like "When I Come Around" by Green Day, and we played "Josie" by Blink-182.
Yo.
Which we tried to play Josie, I should say, because we like just now are able to play that song. It's just like, man, punk time's hard, especially with their drummer at the time, Scott Rayner, was just unstoppable, and it's hard. It's really hard. But
that's why I refuse to play any Blink songs.
bro, like I could never like. Oh my god! Like I mean, I don't drum nearly as much as you do or Seth does, but like every now and then I have a kit. I'll sit down and try to play, and I can't make it through some of those songs. I just get too tired. But yeah. So we jammed and it worked out really well. Actually, like he's got some really nice equipment, and he was in a couple bands before that, so he knew what he was doing. And then Seth and I mean, me and Seth just played together every day at school. So we were pretty locked in. So we had a good rhythm section, and then Ethan knew what he was doing. And then we added Antoine to the band just because we always hung out with him. And so we were hanging out with like Seth, Ethan, me, and Antoine. And it was like, might as well just add him to the band, right? And at first, Ethan was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel. And then Ethan got back from vacation, and at this point we played at this spring festival at Highland, and we had uploaded some stuff to YouTube, but Ethan was like, you know what, let's try it, let's give Antoine a try, and immediately like we were like, oh, okay, like it's really hard to be a trio. You gotta either be super tight or super fast, I think, and we just weren't that tight yet. I think we are pretty tight now, but we added Antoine to the band. It just felt like that's what was missing,
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how we got started. And been there ever since.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty fire story.
It is a pretty fire story. I don't mind telling a couple stories.
Next question we have here is...
Hold on. Trav, I just wanted to say, y'all just added me after like one party.
Yeah, like
I was gonna say, what was it like adding Jake? Because I knew that like, when Drumline started, you guys were still a 3-piece, and then like, I remember talking to Colin and Matt at work, like, oh, we're thinking about adding Jake.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of because Wheeler didn't start actually like practicing until quarantine, so like at that point we said we were a band, but we didn't do crap about it. So at that point, I think Colin brought us like, yo, we should just like add Jake to the band. And I thought it was a great idea. I was like, yeah, it's not like we're actually never play anything. So then one day during practice, me and Colin went up to Jake and we're like, yo, you want to be in our band?
And he said no.
You don't know.
He said yes, I assume.
Yeah. So it's not that interesting of a story. It's kind of like, let's just invite him just because he plays guitar.
Because like I knew you because I've known you, Travis, since we were little,
Mhm.
but I never met Matt and Colin before until Memorial Day party after that pep band parade.
That is fire.
Yeah, that was at Joey's house. That was the first time I met Colin. Matt was there too. I guess yeah,
Oh,
'cause
that was a good
Derby
day.
at Tech. That's why. Yeah. So I met y'all, and that was it. And then I didn't talk to you guys again until like Drumline in the summer.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of just like Jake.
very impulsive
Oh.
ad, but okay.
It just
But
made sense, yeah.
it worked because like it
Yeah.
gives like Matt more of a chance to like focus on like his vocals instead of having to like
Yeah.
worry about like hard guitar patterns while
Yeah.
worrying about like being able to hit notes.
Yeah, it's definitely smart to have a second guitarist. It also is
Mhm.
like smart to have your friends in a band because like I mean, sometimes like we're writing songs and it's like if we weren't friends, like you'd hate each other, you know?
Mhm.
Like when you're tired and you're trying to rehearse, it's like, oh man.
See, for us, like we're writing an album right now, but when I say we're, it's Matt writing because at least for me, I can't write crap for like guitar parts. Like I would just be like E, F, C sharp. Like
Yeah,
Trav wrote one guitar part and it was impossible. Literally,
dude, it was like the tempo was like 160. Like the first bar was like straight sixteenths on guitar, like going random notes. It sounded.
yeah.
I went far in that song, but then I kind of just gave up. So my last like 5 bars was just like this one big drum fill, like a bar of sixteenths on snare, then sixteenths
Oh,
on
man.
all 3 toms. Like it was just like I could play it now, but I don't feel like pulling it up.
Oh, that's funny. Actually.
I'll show you. I'll show you later, Tommy. But
Yeah, send it to me later.
Okay.
I actually have a story kind of like that. One time we were at Guitar Center. That's what we used to do. We just used to go to Guitar Center sometimes, and we always needed stuff. So we were there, and I was like, "Oh, Antoine and Ethan, I wrote this riff on bass. I think you guys will really like it." And I played it for him, and Ethan was like, "Yeah, that's really cool." And Antoine's like, "Yep, good job." And then a week later, Antoine comes in and he says, I sat down and I wrote a riff. Let me know what you guys think. And he played the riff that I played for him. Like he literally played the exact same thing. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like I showed you that riff. He was like,
that's my riff.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, Jesus. But yeah. So yeah, I got some Padre stories, but I'll let you guys keep asking questions and I can veer off if necessary.
mm-hmm. But like I'll kind of just like I want to like be able to like have all 4 of us kind of like get together and write a song, but also like a problem is like we have 4 separate like tastes in music. Like Colin likes punk music, but like
Yeah, strictly punk music.
but me, Jake, and Matt are kind of like not as into punk. We're more like kind of just like
I'm very fluid on just anything.
yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
some
I
days
definitely
I might just go hard with Blink or Misfits, just punk. Oh, I
Oh
said a bad word.
yes.
That's my bad.
Bleep it.
Whatever. But some days I'll be like with you guys at 2 a.m. on Discord listening to 5 Seconds of Summer and playing Minecraft. So like,
Well, all right. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm a punk guy, and like I low key be listening to like what I think is cool punk music. Like build my punk cred. But like 5 Seconds of Summer, like rocks.
Mhm.
And like there's
They got
days where you gotta listen to like 5 Seconds of Summer and like Avril Lavigne, bro. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
He was a scared boy.
bro, that song is definitely in my top 5 of all time.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
and
even
my
lying.
It's a good
I be listening
song.
to Skater Boy like all the time. But like,
and,
yeah, I
some
think it's
days
actually cool that you guys have that diversity, because
Mhm.
like I think like it's it's similar in Padre Oaks where like, Ethan will show me songs and I'm like, I've never heard that before in my life, but that is really cool. So he definitely has like, uh, I mean, we're both into punk music, obviously, but he has a different. He came into it a different way. Like I came into punk through Blink, and I think he came in through Green Day. So, and then like Seth and Antoine, like Seth listens to like metal, or like ska, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like
It's pretty
Seth's always
ska.
either listening to
Scotty.
ska or metal, and Antoine like listens to like Avenged Sevenfold, and it's like
Nice.
so we got like some different views, but I think it's cool that like that Matt and Colin, if they wrote a song together, I would be interested to what it would sound like,
Hmm.
because I think it would be very like. I think that when there's two people that are like kind of pulling at each other, it makes the song better.
Yeah.
Because then it's really two people writing a song instead of one.
Mhm.
We need to sit down and like actually try, because right now it's just been Matt on a computer software making computer generated songs and then throw them on
Yeah.
our Google Drive.
I mean, sometimes that's how you gotta do it, but
Yeah, but and it's also kind of hard because like we like accept each other's music. Like if Colin wants to do punk song, we'll like try it. But
Like-
there are also some songs where we're kind of just like no, and it's the same for us. Like Colin will deal with our music, but there are some songs that he just won't play.
right.
AKA "Live While We're Young" by One Direction.
Well, we did Golden Days, and he didn't exactly love. Oh wait, we didn't post that yet, did we?
Golden Days will be dropping tomorrow.
Ooh, there you go. That's a teaser.
Tomorrow?
As of time
Tomorrow is
of
Thursday, but
Oh,
when
yeah,
this
you're
gets
right, you're
posted
right.
on Friday.
Yeah, I'm thinking about
that is factual. Dang, Travis is
I've
two
got
steps
the
ahead, bro.
brain.
That is fire.
Yeah, but yeah, we did Golden Days, and Colin doesn't like Panic the Disco that much,
Right.
but he did the song anyway. And wait, what songs have we done?
We did 13 Stitches.
13 Steps as Colin suggested. Yeah,
We did
that's a good song.
We did There Is.
You
We never really
did?
got much with There
It never
Is.
got posted,
Oh, I was
but
gonna say.
we played it
Yeah.
and recorded it. It just
Okay.
didn't
I don't
sound
think
good.
I don't think we saved the recording because it sucked.
Okay, this wasn't really a Colin song, but we attempted to play Just My Type by The Vamps.
Oh, that song's
yeah.
fire.
Dude,
You don't have any horns.
It was rough, bro.
it was terrible.
That's
Dude,
funny.
when we were recording, there were like claps, like
Oh, I tried to clap and I clapped
Dude,
at a time.
Oh,
Jake went.
Oops.
When
Hey,
I was
man.
clearly hitting the snare on 2 and 4,
Bro,
and
it's
it
been
was
a
like
minute
2,
since I was zoned out, dude. I was like,
It happens,
I
dude.
got the
It
song in
happens.
my head.
And
I'm
then, like if you look at the recording, he can see me looking at Jake, like Jake.
Hey, man. Sometimes you mess up. Like, and that's
It was
like that shows that you guys at least care because you're not posting the stuff where you sound horrible. Like,
yeah.
I will admit we have unlisted a couple of videos where we just weren't on it that day, and
yeah, there's definitely some songs we've like just attempted to do and posted. Like,
yeah,
I Don't Love You, My Chemical Romance. That was at least for me, that was not my best.
Mhm.
Because when I got to the solo, it sounded terrible. I was like, oh, I hate this, but everybody else wants it posted, so I'll post it for them.
yeah.
And then
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah.
one time Colin was a couple of hours late to practice because he had work, so we kind of just had like
hours.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he was
Wow.
really late one time. It was
But so we had Trina come in just to fill in on bass while he was gone, and with her we recorded "Ballad of Mona Lisa."
But that did not go great either.
It didn't.
We did not
funny.
post that. But you
Then
know
we
what?
also
We've had some good stuff.
Mhm.
We've had some good covers.
Yeah, I'd be enjoying them.
And we also like we want to cover like I Miss by Blink-182, but just whenever we play that out, it just like doesn't work. Like we don't know what it is, but just like
Yeah,
something
there are
just goes
songs like
wrong with
that.
it.
That's how it is with Josie. Like we just can't play the song. I don't know why. We could play other like we've played like Carousel and it sounded good, but we can't play Josie. I couldn't tell you why. There's just songs that like are not. I think there's just songs that aren't made for like some bands,
Yeah.
and that's. I guess it's gonna have to be okay. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's strange, but sometimes it happens.
It do. Okay. That was some good convo.
That was
No,
pretty
back
solid.
to some of the questions. Um, so this is kind of like going back a while, like 6, 7 weeks ago, while.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
obviously, quarantine ended the jazz band season,
It
and
did end the jazz band season.
the track season too, right? At least for the
Yep.
time
No
being.
track season yet.
How did you kind of like deal with those ending? How did you feel?
So, jazz band, I was upset. Especially, you know, like me and Seth played together since freshman year, and we kind of finally got our song where we both got our solos and we got to play together. And we did get to play it, but also the last time we ever played it, I accidentally started without him. He was like flipping through pages because I said I look at Seth, I look at Katrina, I said, "You guys ready?" And Seth just kind of looked at me, and I said, "Okay," and I started playing, and he was flipping pages. But yeah, I was a little upset about that. I I kind of feel like it's like the kind of thing where you're like for a day you're like, ah man, that sucks. But I I think if you dwell on it and you really are upset by it, then you you're just gonna make it. I mean, it's still it's upsetting, but I got another year and we got to play some shows. You know,
Mhm.
we made it to state finals, so I
We
was
did.
happy, man. We did it. You know, in my mind, we did it. We made it. Like, and then track was another animal, but I still ran. So we had a virtual classroom for track where I had to log in and log mileages and stuff. So I still ran workouts and time trials, and I definitely got in like way better shape than I ever have been. And that it was such a good lead into the season that we're having now that we're still supposed to have. So I can't even be upset about the track thing. Spring
Mhm.
track isn't my favorite anyway, as you know. So
Yeah.
it sucked, but in the end, not too bad. Made the
Yeah.
best of it, and then yeah, wasn't that bad, I would
Hmm.
say.
Like at least for me, that's like how I kind of felt towards Drumline. Like when Drumline ended, I was like upset. Like
Mm-hmm.
we found out that um, maps maps closed on our Thursday practice. I didn't go to school that Friday because of how upset I was. And then that
Yeah,
Saturday, we found out that the school was closing. And then
right.
that Sunday, we found out TIA closed.
Yeah, so
So
yeah,
that was a rough couple
that's a
days.
rough couple days.
That was rough. Yeah.
And I was definitely upset about it, but kind of like looking at it, and I was like, why did I get upset? Like
Yeah,
we didn't get to perform our full show in front of an audience, like, but I mean, we got as much out of that season as we could have with the circumstances. We did get a final run with all 3 parts.
yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah.
that's
I
on
think
YouTube now. Yeah.
you make the best of it, and it's not that bad. You know,
Hmm.
like it sucks, but like I also felt like it's not worth having the season to put people at risk, and it's like
Yeah.
Mhm.
sometimes it's just what you got to do,
Hmm.
and yeah,
It's kind of funny because I don't remember my music from this show theme. Like, if I like just off the top of my head, I can think of like a few parts. But if I had the music with me, I can think of a little more parts. But I
yeah.
remember Carnival's music like off the top of my head.
So we should get into Carnival, but how much editing is done on this podcast because I really have to go to the bathroom.
You can go to the bathroom and me and Jay can ramble on for a little bit.
All right. Epic. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I just gotta pee.
Hey, see ya, boss.
Later.
Dude, go follow the UV Sound, honestly.
Who cares about the Padre Oaks? No.
Nah, go follow everyone. Show the love. Subscribe to them.
Yeah.
Subscribe to UV Sound. Subscribe to the Weekly Wob.
Weekly Wab's also cool. We should follow that.
It is. But dude, if we could actually just have like a Padre Oaks UV Sound just like
And
together.
to have a show together too would be cool. Yeah.
Like one of us like opens up for the other or something.
But who's the opener though? Because no one cares about the opener.
Like it wouldn't really matter who, honestly. Like of course like each band would want to be the opener, but like or would want to be like the main act, but I'd be fine opening for Padre Oaks, and I think that they'd be fine opening for us because like we'd be together for it, you know?
I guess it's less of like who's opening for who, and it's more just like we're playing a show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That would be cool. We could get all of us together to like play like 13 Stitches or something. Like
That'd
if
be
one
really
of our
fun.
and we might be able to like honestly we can talk about that soon because what if we just did that like when Matt gets back from vacation? Because why not?
Yeah, I know we got other stuff planned, but like
yeah, like but just like saying hypothetically we could just like talk to everyone, be like, yo, what if we just got together in like 3 weeks to play together?
We're talking about the 13 Stitches idea still.
I mean, hey, it would be fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
But yeah, no, what I really would have liked is we were planning a basement show, and obviously before quarantine. So we actually were recording a demo. We were 2 songs into our 4-song demo that we were recording. Because we've only ever released 1 song. And that happened, and we laid down the drum track for 1 other song, and then quarantine happened. And we couldn't go into Ethan's house for months, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, we finally got back, and now Seth and Antoine went on vacation. So there's been high postponement. But yeah, we played a show on like the 2nd of February, right before quarantine. And then we were thinking, and we're like, oh, well, if I did have a show in my basement, like we could have you guys play too, and it would be cool. Like have back-to-back shows, but I guess that's a thing of the future.
Mm-hmm. Once freaking Corona's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, kind of like staying on track with music, but like, how did you like start playing music? Like, what got you into like playing guitar or whatever you started playing on?
So let me think about that. That's a good question. I was always like a musical kid. Like when I was I say baby, I guess I was a toddler. When I was a toddler, I used to like, I used to go through my parents' CDs and play them on the radio, and then dance around to them and sing all the words. And I actually found the Dookie CD by Green Day. My parents had the Dookie CD, so I used to listen to that all the time, which was probably, they probably didn't know that I was going in and reading the lyric sheets. Not that I knew what any of the words meant anyway. But yeah, and then like they were big Weezer fans, my parents. So they played me the Blue album when I was a kid, and I used to sing along to all those words. And then we got Rock Band. And Rock Band like changed my life, dude. Like first of all, Rock Band, I got Lego Rock Band, and they had
that was a sick game.
They had Aliens Exist on there by Blink-182, and that got me into Blink, and it then got me into punk and everything. But so I started playing guitar because I always loved music, and then I probably didn't have Rock Band yet, but I knew that I wanted to play guitar, and I sucked when I was a little kid. But Hey man, I'm not much better now, but a little bit.
That's such a lie.
At guitar, not as much of a lie. At bass, I'm a little bit good. Not gonna lie. Like, just saying. I be grinding, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I got in.
That's how I feel about guitar right now. I mean, Matt brags about me all the time, but I'm still here like,
Dude,
I'm still working pretty hard right now.
Matt talks like up about Jake so much. He's like, dude, Jake's gonna be like the next John Mayer. He's gonna be like a really good guitarist.
Yeah,
It's
man.
really hyping me. I'm like, all right.
And, like I can see it happening.
Yeah.
And
You
Matt
got
just
the
talks about it
vibe.
all the
Jake got the
time.
vibe. You know what I mean? I respect
He
that.
does.
Like,
Yeah.
there's people who are really good at guitar, but they're like, they don't got the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Not past
I
the
feel like I
finish.
sound like an idiot, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Jeez, Tom, you're such an
Yeah.
idiot.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, so now this is kind of like a multi-part question, but what was your favorite moment from each ensemble you were in? So like drumline, jazz band, pep band,
Pep band. Oh, okay.
concert band.
Concert band. Quick fire. Okay, so I guess I will start with concert band. There probably was a favorite moment actually. Concert band is fun. Uh, I probably my favorite moment in concert band was freshman year with Wonton John. Me and Seth used to sit behind Wonton John when he played drums. And he used to make Seth count his measures. While Seth was playing his music, he'd count Wonton John's rest. And then T was like, Stop. John, what are you doing? And John goes, what? I'm playing what I'm supposed to play. And T goes, no, you're not. I don't even know what you're playing. And John goes, oh, my music was upside down. I was like, bro, no way. We were like 150 measures into the song, bro. Like, he was reading upside down music for so long. Oh, man. I love that kid. He's funny, but well, I don't. I'm not gonna say I love him. He was funny though.
That's sick, buddy.
Let's see.
How do you get that mixed up for like?
For so long, we were halfway through the song. I was dying. I was like, no way, bro. But I'm trying to think. Drumline. Where do I go next? Drumline or jazz band? I'll go jazz band next, probably. Jazz band. Honestly, like it's not as interesting. I just liked playing in Camden. Like Camden shows were just fun. I really just like Camden. That's not even like I can't be funny with that answer. I just really like playing in Camden. It was just such a good environment for jazz.
Your camera froze, Tommy.
Okay, let's see what I can do about that. Hang on.
Just turn your camera off and turn it back on. That's how Brandon fixed it when. Oh, there's Jacob Bailey.
The unexplained picture.
Did it work?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah. Then drumline was definitely sophomore year. I mean, my favorite moment. All right. I'm apologizing to Matt in advance because I'm gonna tell the story, and I'm not gonna ask him if I can, and I hope he doesn't get mad.
He doesn't. He probably doesn't watch this, so
okay, good. But we went to the diner, and I think it was me, Colin, Matt. Were you there, Travis?
I might have been.
Did you go to the diner with us? Carnival year?
I probably did at some point.
I think you might have been there. I think it was Lila was there.
Oh,
was Lila there? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know why she would be there. And then it was like Allison, her sister Nicole, and Beth. It was like a weird group of people. I can't remember exactly, but I know me, Colin, I know Matt was there because Matt was sitting next to me. And Matt was like, you know Matt. Matt will be like, oh, we're going out in the rain? Okay, I'm going to wear a bathing suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, Matt. The hell, like, what the heck is wrong with you, you know? But, So Matt is like messing around with this bathing suit the whole time. Like we're in public, dude. He's like digging around in his bathing suit, and then he starts dying. I'm like, Matt, what? What is it, Matt? And he leans over to me and whispers in my ear, Tommy, my whole cheeks are out, bro. And I was like, bro, like, so we're sitting there at the diner. Me and Matt are just like, cannot breathe. We're laughing so hard. Matt's complete bare buttocks is like out in the diner seat because he like was trying to fix his bathing suit. And Colin was sitting there like, what? What is so funny? What is so funny? Tell me what's. And like we couldn't even speak. And Colin was like, what are you guys laughing at? Oh,
I definitely wasn't there for that.
You were not. I guess you weren't, but that was.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Was it my favorite? I'm not sure, but it was probably one of the funniest. It was good. My favorite might have been on the bus ride home on that competition after I tried to do the front handspring and fell. I remember we were listening to the judges' tapes, and you hear the smack, and the judges just kind of go like, "Oh," and then everyone looked at me on the bus. I was like, whatever, I fell on my back. Like, I completely wiped out. It was so loud, the entire auditorium heard it. Yeah, that was really funny. That was a good time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that whole year, you could pick out a moment from every competition, and I will not. But, yeah, me and Matt...
Did he just piss on you?
Yeah, and Barut is just... What? God, why would he think that?
Why was that your first thought? Okay, so some context behind this. Me and Matt, of course, are like really close. So yeah, I think it was me, Matt, Colin, Brute, Tommy, Sid, and Sarah sitting at a table. And me and Matt were like on each other. And I was trying to make Matt uncomfortable by like putting my leg on him. He was like, dude, stop like grubbing your leg on me. It feels weird. And then Brute was like, did he just piss on you? And like Colin was recording this, and then all you hear Tommy say, why was that your first thought?
Because I was so confused. I think I was like talking to, or like just not paying attention, and I just hear Barut be like, did he just piss on you? I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, what? I was like so shocked. That was fire though. And also, I will say, me and Matt together ever is like a dangerous thing. Like, I don't know how we worked together successfully for so long, but yeah, Matt is a funny guy. He had me dying at many drumline competitions. But I guess continuing your questioning.
Did you say a moment from Pep Band?
Oh, I forgot about that. All right, Pep Band is my last one. That's correct. I mean, I gotta say it. I gotta tell the story.
Oh, yeah.
The most iconic moment in the history of Pep Band.
It's honestly the hardest Pep Band ever.
It was horrible for me, and it wasn't even my fault. All right, so there does need to be backstory to this. Is this my favorite moment? No. In fact, I was literally like felt so bad, and I like had to like I felt bad for the next like 4 days. I felt really bad, and then I just didn't want to talk about it because it literally made me angry until like 2 weeks ago when I realized it was funny. That's not even a lie. Like
2 weeks at a time was just laying his bed. You know that.
You know what? It was actually kind of funny. Like, who cares? But all right, listen. Katrina was on drums, filling in for Sadiq, and she didn't know all that many songs. And sometimes Seth will learn songs, and sometimes he won't. And I told him about 10 times to learn the Californication solo. And he said he wouldn't. And I was like, dude, the only other song we know is Closing Time. He was like, let's play Closing Time. I don't know Californication. I was like, can we please play Californication? He was like, no, we can't. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The people, this is my thought, right? Because, like, the kind of, like, when you're in the band, it's like, the people don't listen to you anyway. So that's what I thought.
Except for that one time.
And I'm like, people don't listen to me when I sing it. Like, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I'm, like, who are you? Like, people would be like, oh, do I know you? Like, if I was meeting new kids at Highland, I'd be like, oh, I sing at the football games. And they'd be like, who? And I'd be like, oh, nobody listens to me. I literally thought nobody listened to me. I thought I could sit up there and say anything I wanted on the mic and nobody would hear it.
Mhm.
That was a complete lie. So we played closing time and they were losing. How much was it? 50-0 or something?
It was a lot, and it was a playoff game to
They were
get to
getting
like the
crushed, and it was
championship.
the final playoff
Yeah, it
game.
was the
And
final
there was a
playoff.
minute left in the fourth quarter. And I was like, Kozak is like, you got to play the song. And I was like, oh, T left. And so Kozak fills in for T. Katrina fills in for Sadiq. It's the only song all of us know. I'm like, all right, fine. So we play it, and I'm like, whatever. They're not even going to listen to it anyway. And immediately this kid, Nick, comes up and screams at me, the football player. And I was like, okay, sorry, bud. I didn't say anything to him. I just let it happen. And then, oh my God. Like the next month, it was just every day. Oh, yeah, you played closing time. And then every football game since then, it's been like, every time we're about to play a song, somebody's like, "Oh, play closing time." Like I remember Colin would say it all the time. It's like, "You're hilarious, Colin. You make me die of laughter," because I actually would get pissed. Like, but nah. I mean, looking back, I feel bad, but it was kind of funny. And yeah, they were getting blown out like 50-0, and I played closing time, and everyone heard it, and everyone made fun of me for the rest of my life.
Tommy almost
But-
got the crap beat out of him by the football team.
And the football team was not happy about it at all. Rightfully so. I felt bad, but looking back now, I do not care. It was pretty funny.
It was
You
hilarious.
guys stick it to the football team though, because like they get way more money than we do. So
Yeah.
And maybe
That's
if they
true.
were actually good,
they were
Yeah.
good.
they wouldn't have gotten mad. They
They
actually were
They
winning.
wouldn't have
If
gotten
they were
caught.
winning, they probably would have thought it was funny.
And then the opposing side was probably cracking up.
They were probably a little bit.
They were
Whatever.
probably
Who
losing
knows?
it.
They were
Anytime.
probably. I don't know if you could hear it over there though, but whatever. Who knows?
Closing time is now forever banned from any football games.
It also got banned. Yeah. The problem with that song is it's so easy. Like it's 4 chords, and the drum beat is easy. Like what the thing was, he never suggested us songs. Like I just had to find songs that were easy to sing, everyone knew, didn't have crazy guitar parts, and had like 4 chords and an easy drum beat. Nothing crazy, and like it fit the bill. And I think we used it at like a back to school night or something. So we had played it before. But hey, man, whatever. I guess we should not have done it. Looking back, I was 16 and I was stupid, and Seth told me to do it, and I do whatever he says. So it's Seth's fault, essentially.
That was hilarious.
It was maybe not my favorite moment, but definitely the most defining moment in my band career. Which,
Yeah. Well, even though we've had a lot of stories this episode, now it's time for the actual story time to close off the episode.
One more story
story time.
So-
Okay.
from each of us.
From each of you, right? So you guys can go first, right?
Yeah, Jake, would you like to go first?
What did I say my story was going to be about?
The car one.
Oh yeah, this happened today. All right. So I got off work at like 4:00, and I work for my dad, so we just go to work together and then go back home.
Mhm.
But he's like, we got to go to this place over in Glassboro to pick up something that your mom ordered. And I was like, all right. And he wanted me to drive there. And I was like, all right. So we're going, and I get to this 4-way stop. And if you don't know how 4-way stop works, you just, as you get there, you go. So the dude that was like going straight on like this side is my right side. So he goes because he was there before me. I pull up and I'm ready to turn right. But then this dude in this big Ford truck gets there after me, but he doesn't stop. So my dad's yelling at me like, stop, stop. And I'm freaking out. So I slam the brakes. And this huge Ford just plows past, not stopping. And I'm like, I almost died. And just for the rest of the ride there, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I don't know, that shook me.
Yeah, I know
Like,
what you mean. Like when
to
you
the rest
almost get
of the
hit,
time.
and then
Yeah.
you're like,
I
yeah,
was, I'm done. When we got to this place to pick up the stuff, I was like, "You're driving home. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going back." And it was funny, but like looking back on it now, it's funny. But at the moment, I was just real pissed off at the dude for just plowing through the four-way stop
yeah, that's
and
annoying.
scared that I almost like I don't know. Because if I kept going, I probably would have got T-boned, like kind of like
Yeah,
weird, since like I'm turning right, so it's like I don't
You
know.
probably would have like spun out.
He might have if he got like that front corner. I don't know.
And your dad doesn't have that big of a car.
No, it's just
yeah,
like
It's a
that is
tiny
always
boy.
scary.
uh,
So scary
not
moments.
not a very great story, but like it happened today, and it's all I could think of. So
Okay, so
story.
um, I work at a shooting range,
Okay.
and
Fun.
one of the days, like what I wear my Highland Music shirt there sometimes. So one week, this man was like, Music Man. And then I was like, yo. And then we started talking about music for a bit and then kind of just went our own separate ways. But then the next week, he came up to me and was like, yo, Music Man, I have a video to show you. So it's like, oop, okay. And then it was like a virtual band playing some bass. I forget the name of it. It was like the da 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 da.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't name that.
Yeah, but so it was a virtual band doing like everyone like a Zoom call, like playing their own different instruments. So I was kind of watching. And I kid you not, every gunshot that I heard lined up with the song. So
That is fire.
I was trying not to laugh because I didn't want to be laughing at this old man's video that he was showing me. So I was just hearing it, and then it was like. It was hilarious.
Oh man, that is funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I got a couple stories, but I feel like I should tell a short one. Do you want to hear a story about Colin? I hope we didn't tell this
Yes.
story already. I guess I should tell a story about me, but this story is too funny not to tell.
You can tell two
So,
stories. We have time.
all right.
You feel
Well,
like
me, Matt, and Colin used to work together. I think you know this story, Travis, and Jake, you've probably heard it. But me and Matt used to go to the dumpster. This is kind of a separate part of the story, but we used to run trash to the dumpster, and there's always stuff at the outlet's dumpster for whatever reason. I guess because there's just so many stores, and then I think that the people who live around the outlets dump stuff there. So we got there, and there was this little like keyboard that like plugs into the wall called the fun machine. And so we loaded it back into like our trash cart and wheeled it back to Friendly's. And Matt brought it in, and uh, it was like our cool manager on at the time who didn't care what we did really. And he brought it inside the store and like tested it in the office. He was like, "It works." And apparently, when he plugged it in, it like sparked everywhere. But you know, so we loaded into my car, and it was like almost winter. No, it was winter. It was cold. So like all the windows of our cars were like fogged up. You know, you kind of got to get in and wait for your car to warm up and then get the fog off your windows. So it must have rained or something because it was really bad. And so Colin he like pulled his car into the back area of our like behind the Friendlies. There's like some cement walls. They're pretty tall too.
Yeah.
And just to wall it in, keep the dumpsters in, and keep people from just walking in
Or stealing bikes.
or stealing bikes. Like Matt's bike got stolen, and so I guess it doesn't do that good of a job. But either way, and I guess to keep cars out of it. But we did the exact opposite. So I pulled my car in to get the fun machine into it because I was going to take Matt home, and Colin like brought his car back in just in case we needed it, and also just because we were there. So Colin he parks his car like this, and the wall is behind him like this. And for whatever reason, Colin decided, to hit the gas as hard as he could. So none of us can see anything. So I'm like, I gotta roll down the window. I can't even see anything out of my mirrors, and I don't know where Colin is. So I roll down the windows, and immediately I hear, and Colin like, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's for the story. And well, you can believe it, but he did say that, and like Colin was like this, put his car in reverse and just hit the gas as hard as he could and smacked his car into the giant cement wall because he couldn't see anything out of the back window. And me and Matt opened the window just in time to hear him smack the wall so hard and yell. And I'm like, no way. Like, I thought his car was like ruined. Somehow, like by the grace of God, his car just had like a dent in the bumper. I was like, Colin, you hit that so hard. He was like, yeah. Like, that's the kind of thing Colin says, Like, Colin, why did you do that? He's like, I don't know. I just hit the gas. It's like, obviously you hit the gas. Like, you hit the wall so
and that small of a space. Why would you hit the gas? Why not just...
Oh my God. No, it wasn't that small of a space. He must have closed like 15 feet between him and that wall. Like, he hit it so hard. See, I think what he thought was that he was going to reverse out into the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't. He just hit the wall right on the pillar, too. Like the corner
Oh, my
pillar.
God. That's terrible.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything to his car. Somehow.
And, like,
that's lucky.
He shares that with his mom. So, like...
He does share it with his mom.
Like, it's almost like the family car.
And he slammed it in the wall as hard as he could. Not on purpose. He couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
But, oh, man. That was a good time. Colin. I miss working with him and Matt. They were just funny, Colin and Matt are funny together.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate that quarantine happened because I was going to apply at Friendly's, and then the four of us could have been working there.
Yeah.
I tried to apply at Friendly's.
You said you could work like one day.
You said you could work like 5 hours a week, bro. Like,
I could work like 2 days.
They were like, I was like, oh, Jake applied? And Matt was like, well, yeah, but he's not going to get hired. And I was like, why? Because he can only work 2 days for like 4 hours. I was like, Jake, what, bro? Like,
I had never applied for a job before, and I was just
yeah. You got to learn. But
yeah, I was just like, look. Because, like, I had drumline, and my parents were like, I don't want to be working on school nights, like, too late because, I don't know. They were very concerned with me not getting enough sleep or whatever.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I was just honestly, look, this is what I can do. Take it or leave it.
And they left it.
They 100% left
they called me back, and they're like, we'll consider it. And I just never got a call back.
Yeah,
but I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So now I work for my dad. But
No,
I might actually get a job at the Deffert Mall.
Oh, okay.
Just like, I don't know. Like right now, working night would be a lot more. Like, it would be better for me because right now I'm working for my dad. I just go in at 12 every day until like 5.
Oh yeah. That kind of sucks though.
But like, I have school now.
Oh, and, that's also true.
I need that time to like do all this work. Really, like all AP classes and stuff now, and it's gonna take forever. So
yeah,
I think I think Zoomies might be hiring in there. So I'm be like, yo,
okay,
let me just go where you're at.
That would be cool. Not gonna lie.
That'd be pretty dope.
No, Tommy, you have a second story about yourself?
About myself. All right. How much time do we got left?
It doesn't matter.
All right. I gotta tell mine now. Previous to this year, I don't know what I'd tell, but this year, my most defining moment in my high school career occurred one fateful morning. I'm sure you guys have heard this story 100 times, but I will tell it again because I know your dad loves this story, Travis. And I know everyone else also loves the story.
We were front and center for it, dude.
You were? I forgot about that. Oh my god. Oh man.
We were literally
were in that oh my god, you were like 2 tables over.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot all about that. Oh my god. I actually want to. Okay, this is good for me to tell the story because I wonder what it was like from your perspective. But this is from my perspective. So
All right.
I was playing ping pong with my friend Todd, and we were playing against two of our gym teachers, and we played doubles against them like every chance we got. Every time we played ping pong, we played against them because we just wanted to beat them. And my one gym teacher, Adge, told me that if I beat him, I would be like gym student of the month or whatever, and get like that cool shirt, you know.
Nice.
So, which I didn't get because of quarantine. But like, he was like, if you beat us 3 times, you get the shirt. So it was like 19-16 us, and we were on like a hot streak, and I was like, we're winning this game. So 19-16, and the point before it, Adge hit it off the table. So I ran behind me, I went back, I got the ball, and I came back to the table. Served the ball, and we're playing, and I didn't slip, but like I stepped on something and my foot like obviously moved. I was like, what the heck is that? It felt like it's gonna be weird, but like I felt like what like a crushed tasty cake would be in like a wrapper, you know? Because like
Respect, yeah.
I don't know, it was just a weird consistency, and I was like, whatever. It's probably just, and I'm thinking like, okay, my brain immediately just made the connection. Like some kid probably just dropped their food wrapper behind me, and like, so we finished the point, and I was like, okay, what is that? Because I still stepping on it. What is that? And I looked down, and there was just, oh my god, there was just poop everywhere. And it was like, because I guess I had stepped in it and then like moved around, so there was already just poop everywhere. And then I'm like, ew, ew. And I'm like scraping it. I like tried to scrape it off all over the floor. So now there's like huge lines of it all over the gym floor. And I'm like, ew, there's poop on my shoe. There's poop on my shoe. So like the two gym teachers were like, what? What are you talking about? Like they actually got like mad. And I'm like freaking out. Todd was just like, what? And I'm just like pissed. Like I was angry. I was like, ew, this is disgusting. Like what happened? And then it was just a weird, like they opened the locker room, they let me go down, and everyone's like, wait, what happened? What happened? And I was like, oh, whatever. Like that sucks. I had to throw my shoes out. I was like, I'm not cleaning out the poop, you know? So I just threw them away in the trash can right outside the locker room. And I was like, oh, it sucked. And immediately after, actually, I had a locker room to myself because I was the only kid from the winter track team in that gym class, I guess. So Adge comes in because he has like an office connected to the private winter track locker room. And he goes, Tom, I just want to make sure everything's okay. I was like, I didn't poop myself, Adge. Like, why? Like, what? I didn't poop myself. Because I actually was worried. I actually like checked my pants when I got down to the locker room. Because who thinks like I'm thinking that like, is there any way? Did a kid really come up behind me and like poop just behind me so that I would step in it? Like, why did you do that? Anyway, you know, I'm like, this is 8:20 in the morning. I'm not really that awake. I'm like, okay, whatever. Throw the shoes away, put new shoes on, and go to the next class. And I walked into Bruder's class. I had AP Chem. I walk in, I sit down, and everyone's like, Tom, is it true? Is it true? I'm sitting there like my headphones, and I'm like, what? They're like, is it true? Is it true? I was like, oh my god, like, yes, okay, I stepped in poop. Like, it's not my fault. How was I supposed to know it was there? I was playing ping pong. And then, like, the people started running in from Neelis's class across the hall. And I was like, what? They were like, is it true? I was like, yeah. I was like, I guess. Like, what do you mean, is it true? Like, I didn't know what I was being accused of. And then Travis is texting me, and he's like, bro, everyone is asking about it. I'm like, oh, no, bro. And Travis goes, everyone thinks you pooped yourself. And I'm like, no, everyone thinks I pooped myself. And Travis goes, don't worry. I told them, why would he step in it if he pooped himself? I was like, Travis, you're a genius, bro. Like, that's a very good point. Why would I step in it? So That's second period. Like, you got to remember, this is 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, I go to. Actually, you know what? No, I went to second period. Was like music theory, and I like told Seth and T, and they were like, "That's funny." And then I went to third period, and everything happened. And then we had tartan time.
Right.
And everyone in the school was walking by me, and I walked down the hallway. It was like a '90s teen movie where like you walk down the hallway and there's like just people who like whisper and look at you. I'd be like, I can hear you, like I didn't do anything wrong. Like, why are you guys making fun? Like, they'd be like, yo, that's him, that's the kid, that's him. And I'd be like, bro, like, just say something to me. Or they'd be like, is it true? Like, was it really you? And I'd be like, yes, yes, please stop asking me. And that went on for the rest of the day. Everyone knew. I went to the bathroom after school. I was walking down the hallway, and Wonderland stopped me, my history teacher from the year before. Stopped me, and he goes, Tom, I heard you stepped in poop. And I was like, thanks, Wonderland, thanks. And then, of course, Oberg was standing next to him, and he was like, wait, what happened? I didn't hear. And I was like, oh, and then Oberg was like, no, I was just kidding. I just wanted to make you tell the story again. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then I go to work, and everyone knew. I mean, I'm talking kids from Triton knew. Like, this girl from Triton comes in, she goes, that was you? I saw that all over everyone's story. And I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was bad. And then
Yeah.
I got called I'm gonna have to say a bad word, but I got called shit shoes for like a while after that. Everyone called me that. And
Don't bleep out that curse word. That's
that
important.
one
So
stays.
That one's got
that's an exception.
the first
That's
the,
our one
the
exception.
last part of that story is when I was walking out of gym, I felt bad then because I'd scraped poop all over this like radius of the gym floor, and I just walked out, and there's this maintenance guy cleaning up with like he's wiping it down with a rag, and I was like, oh, this poor guy. I scraped poop everywhere. It was all over the place. But yeah, and you guys were right there. You guys were watching.
I guess
That's
I can
crazy.
tell my perspective, and then Jay can tell his.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of same.
Similar, but yeah.
So we were playing ping pong like right behind Edge and Kroiki. Like we were like right behind. Was it Kroiki or Casey?
Casey. But you guys,
Casey.
this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys should have seen the culprit.
Yeah, we weren't paying attention.
Your table was right by the wall, and then we were the table like behind you.
Uh-huh. And then I just see you freaking out, and I was just confused. I was like, boy, what do you do? And I just, like, there was a bad smell. And then I just hear people saying, he stepped in poop. He stepped in poop. He stepped in poop. I was like, oh my God, dude, Tommy stepped in poop.
And then, like, oh man. This is what everyone said to me. Everyone goes, of course it was you. And I'm like, thanks. I don't know what that even means. But, like, yeah, that's what everyone said to me. And I assume Jake had a similar story, right?
Yeah.
I just remember like a bunch of girls walking in. They're like, oh my God, he stepped in poop. And it's like,
yeah.
And then after that period, I went to Loring's room. I was like, Miss Loring, you know Tommy Roz?
Oh,
and
come on.
She was like, yeah. I was like, dude, we were just in gym and he stepped in poop. And she was like, human poop? I was like, yes. She was like, oh my God, this school's going downhill.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
I didn't even have Loring that day. I just walked in with Travis because that's what I did.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we told the story. It's fun.
In class, because like a bunch of my class had gym that period, so they were all talking about it. And then like they were talking to me because like they know that I'm friends with you. I was like, Travis, like what happened? I was like, dude, he did not step in his own poop. Trust me.
It wasn't mine.
Why would anyone do that?
It's true.
And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And I was texting you. I was texting Joey. I was texting Sid. I was texting Matt. Dude, I was texting a bunch of people.
Everyone.
Yeah. And I remember like trying to figure out who it actually was for the longest time. And like there was a rumor that like the gym teachers knew, but they weren't saying it because like it had to do with some kid's medical condition.
Yeah, apparently they did find out. So I remember talking to Anthony Graves, our drumline director, about it, and he was like, they know. Did they tell you? And I was like, no. This is like the one drumline rehearsal I went to. And he was like, we're not going to tell you. And I was like, okay.
I feel like they should have like at least told you. Like out of everyone, like you deserve to know.
Like a strange thing to say, but like it's the kind of thing where it's like, then everyone. I would have told everyone. Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest, because I would have told one person, they would have told another person.
Yeah.
But
So,
I
that's a
understand
really
why
good
they
story.
didn't. But it was crazy. That was the craziest thing that ever happened.
Just imagine being that person like, Tommy stepped in my poop.
Yeah, I think it was probably more like they really had to go. They went and they just like shook it out in the back corner of the gym floor, and when it happened, they must have felt so bad. So
Mhm.
I don't, I'm not pissed at them or anything. I was only mad for about 5 seconds, and then I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time.
Well, on that note,
Jeez.
I have to be up in 6 hours for school, so because I'm actually going.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank all you guys for watching.
Wait. Can I plug my stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
Bro.
So I like to plug once again Padre Oaks, PADREOAKS on Instagram and YouTube, and be watching out for this new project that I'm working on coming in the next 2 weeks. I'm thinking about me and my friend Ian Collins are going to start a political podcast called the
Ooh.
90% Pod. So be looking out for that. And of course, subscribe to the weekly. Is it WAB or I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Wob.
The Weekly WAB on YouTube.
People
and
say
follow
both.
them on Instagram.
People say both.
Thank you guys for having me. Thanks for letting me plug my stuff. This was pretty fun, not gonna lie.
We love you, Tommy.
Fun,
Gonna have to have like me and Matt on at one point to tell all of our work stories or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
thank you everyone for watching. Go like, subscribe to everyone that we've mentioned this episode. Padre Oaks, Tommy. Go follow their podcast. Go follow our band. Follow their band. Follow this podcast. Just do all of it. Share the love. Why not? And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.